Onua, memo akwa babi ba LEARNAKAN so. O want to say eradiado meso me hoye. So let's look at the first set of Twi word categories that we are able to distinguish between just by the tone with which the words in those categories are pronounced. So the categories that we are looking at in today's lesson are the habitual and stative forms of Twi verbs. So in Twi, we can distinguish between the habitual and the stative form of Twi verbs just by the tone with which those verbs in those categories are pronounced. So what I mean by this is you can have two verbs, verb A and then verb B, and verb A would describe a habitual action, right? A habitual activity. And then verb B would describe a state or a condition within a period, okay? But both verb A and verb B would have the same spelling. So they share the same spelling, and we will only be able to tell them apart just by the tone with which the syllables of, those verbs are pronounced. So that is what we are looking at in today's lesson. But before we get into the tonal differences between, the two categories, let's look at what the habitual and the stative forms of verbs are, okay? So, like I indicated earlier, the habitual, form of a verb is used to describe a habitual activity, okay? Something that happens repeatedly or regularly, okay? So if I say, for example, Kofi da mpaso, okay? Kofi da mpaso. Kofi sleeps on a bed. I am not describing Kofi's current state. I'm describing what Kofi does repeatedly, okay? What Kofi does regularly. So I can even add an adverb. I can say, Kofi da mpaso debia, okay? Kofi da mpaso debia. Kofi sleeps on a bed every day. So it tells you that it is something that he does every day. So the verb da that I'm using here is the habitual form. Okay, so this is the habitual form. I'm using it to describe the fact that Kofi sleeps every day. It's, a repeated action. All right. Now, on the other hand, if I say Kofi da mpaso, Kofi da mpaso, okay, Kofi da mpaso, this translates as, well, in English, you can translate this as Kofi sleeps on a bed, but at the moment, okay, it describes at the moment. It's clearer in English when you change it from Kofi sleeps on a bed to Kofi is sleeping on a bed at the moment. So if I want to make it clearer that I'm referring to the fact that Kofi is sleeping on a bed right now, I can add something to this. So I can say, for example, Semeno Kasei, Kofi da mpaso. Okay, Semeno Kasei, Kofi da mpaso. As I speak with you, Kofi sleeps on a bed, or Kofi is sleeping on a bed. Okay, so that I'm using here is the stative form of the verb. Now, if you compare these two in standard writing, the verb has the same form. Okay, so the first one is the are, the second one is also the are. So how do we distinguish between the two? We are only able to distinguish between the two just by the tone with which we pronounce each of them. And that is what we are going to learn to do in today's lesson. Now, if you were listening for the tone as I was giving the two examples, you would notice that the tone on the habitual verb was high, and then the tone on the stative verb was low. Let's take it one more time. So for the habitual, I said, Kofi da mpaso. Kofi da mpaso. Kofi da mpaso. Okay? Kofi da mpaso. Kofi sleeps on a bed. Now for the stative, I said, Kofi da mpaso. 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 Okay? So Kofi da mpaso debia. Kofi sleeps on a bed every day, as against Semino kasei Kofi da mpaso. Okay, Kofi da mpaso. So this is basically the rule. So if the verb has a single syllable, then the tone on the habitual form tends to be high. And then the tone on the stative form tends to be low. So we have da habitual as against da stative. And this is the case if the verb has a single syllable, like I mentioned before. Now, if the verb has more than a single syllable, for the stative verb, nothing changes. All the syllables will be pronounced with a low tone. Okay, so nothing changes, regardless of whether it's a single syllable or more than a single syllable. You will still pronounce all the syllables with a low tone. But for the habitual, if it's more than a single syllable, the first syllable tends to be low, and then the remaining syllables tends to be high. I'm going to give you some examples shortly, but let's get the rules first. So what I'm saying is, if you come across a habitual Twi verb, right, a habitual form of a Twi verb, and that verb has a single syllable, like this one, then the tone with which we pronounce that syllable tends to be high. Like I pronounced this. I said da, Kofi da mpaso, okay? Kofi da mpaso, Kofi sleeps on a bed. Now, if the habitual verb has more than a single syllable, then the first syllable tends to be pronounced with a low tone, and the remaining syllables tends to be pronounced with a high tone. And I'm going to give you an example shortly, but let's move to the stative form of Twi verbs. Now, for the stative form of Twi verbs, it doesn't matter whether it comes with a single syllable or more than a single syllable. You pronounce all the syllables with a low tone. Okay, so for this one, it's a single syllable verb, and I pronounce this as da because it's stative, right? So I say Kofi da mpaso, Kofi da mpaso as we speak. Now let's go ahead and look at some other example pairs. For the first one, we are using the verb to wear, and to wear is she, and you can already hear that I'm pronouncing this with a high tone, and that is because this is in the simple present state, and we use the simple present form of Twi verbs to describe, habitual actions, right? We have a lesson on the simple present up here. So I'm already pronouncing this with a high tone. I say she. So I can put this in a sentence example. I can say Oshe mpaboa, Oshe mpaboa, Oshe mpaboa. So he or she wears footwear or shoes, right? Oshe mpaboa. So this describes the fact that he or she wears shoes regularly, repeatedly, okay? So not currently, right? So Oshe mpaboa, right? Oshe mpaboa. Now, for the stative form of this particular verb, the tone goes down. So the tone is low. So I say she, as against she, okay? So for, a similar sentence example, instead of Oshe mpaboa, I would say Oshe mpaboa, Oshe mpaboa, Oshe mpaboa. Okay, so the tone goes down. Let's go to the second example, and we are using the verb to stand. To stand is jina. Now, I told you that for the habitual form of Twi verbs, if it has a single syllable, then you pronounce that syllable with a high tone, like, the first example. But if it has more than a single syllable, like this one, then the first syllable tends to be pronounced with a low tone, and then the remaining syllable tends to be pronounced with a high tone. So this one, for example, if I use this in a habitual sentence example, I can say Kofi jina akonwa so. Kofi ji na akonwa so. Okay? Kofi ji na akonya so. Kofi ji na akonya so. So as you can hear, the tone on the first syllable is low and that on the second syllable is high. So I say Kofi ji na akonya so. Kofi ji na akonya so. So if I want to make this clearer, I can add something to the example. I can say Kofi ji na akonya so ansa wafe ne yere ano. Kofi jina akonya so ansa wafe ne yere ano. Kofi stands on a chair before he kisses, his wife. All right. Kofi jina akonya so ansa wafe ne yere ano. So this makes it clear that we are talking about a habitual action. So something that Kofi does repeatedly. Now, for this same verb, for the stative, the tone on both syllables are low. So I say jina, 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 as against ji, na, okay, jina, jina, all right? So if we are using this same sentence example, we can say Kofi jina akonya so. Kofi jina akonya so, okay? Kofi jina akonya so. Kofi stands on a chair, but at the moment, okay? So, semene wo kasei, Kofi jina akonya so, all right? Kofi jina akonya so, as against Kofi jina akonya so. Kofi jina akonya so, okay? Kofi jina akonya so, ansa wafe ne yere ano. Let's go to the next example, and we have the verb to squat. Now, to squat is koto, koto. Koto, and as you can see, this has more than a single syllable. And as we learned, for the habitual form of chief verbs, if the verb has a single syllable, then we pronounce that syllable with a high tone. But if it has more than a single syllable, then the first syllable tends to be pronounced with a low tone, and then the remaining syllable tends to be pronounced with a high tone. So for this one, if we put this in a habitual sentence example, we can have Ajua squats under the tree, okay? Ajua squats under the tree, but with the meaning of Ajua squats under the tree, maybe, every day or every month or every week. So like a habitual action, right? It is something that Ajua does regularly or repeatedly. So for this one, I can say Ajua koto dua no ase. Ajua ko to dua no ase. Ajua ko to dua no ase. Okay? Ajua squats under the tree. So again, to make this clearer, I can add something to this. I can say Ajua ko to dua no ase anopa biya. Ajua ko to dua no ase anopa biya. Okay? So Ajua squats under the tree every morning. Ajua ko to dua no ase anopa biya. Now, for the stative, it doesn't matter whether it's a single syllable or more than a single syllable. The tone on all the syllables are low. So for the stative form of this same verb, the tone on both syllables are low. So I say koto, koto, koto. So for the same example that we used earlier, we said Ajua squats under the tree. Ajua koto dua no ase. But for that, we meant it is something that Ajua does repeatedly, okay, or habitually. So Ajua koto dua no ase. Now, if I mean this as Ajua squats under the tree at the moment, right? So it is Ajua's current state, okay? Which in English, you tend to switch the verb form for the ing format to make it, easier to understand. So you would say Ajua is squatting under the tree, okay? For that, in tree, we would say Ajua koto dua no ase. Ajua koto dua no ase. Ajua koto dua no ase. So say ye ka say Ajua koto dua no ase, okay? Ajua koto dua no ase. Let's see one more example. We are using the verb to wrap. Now, to wrap as in to wrap a piece of cloth around you. So it's a form of dressing traditionally here in Ghana. So we wrap, cloth around us, right? For that, we have fira, okay? And again, as you can see, this has 2 syllables. And for the habitual, like I mentioned, the initial syllable tends to be pronounced with a low tone, and then the remaining syllable will be pronounced with a high tone, okay? So if I put this in a sentence example, I can say Kofi wraps cloth, okay? Kofi wraps cloth. It's something that Kofi does. I'm not using this to describe Kofi's current state. I'm just telling you what Kofi does regularly. So for that, I would say Kofi frantoma. Kofi fi ra ntoma. Kofi fi ra ntoma. Okay? Kofi frantoma. Kofi frantoma. So if I want to make this clearer, I can add something to this. So I can say Kofi frantoma ko eye biase. Kofi frantoma ko eye biase. So Kofi wraps cloth to every funeral. Now, for the stative form of this same verb, like we mentioned, it doesn't matter whether it's a single syllable verb or more than a single syllable verb, you still pronounce all the syllables with a low tone. Okay? So this one, for example, we have fira, 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 as against fira, fira, fira. Okay? So the example that we used with the habitual, we had Kofi wraps cloth, and we said it's something that Kofi does regularly. Kofi wraps cloth, so we said Kofi frantoma. Kofi frantoma. Now, if you are using this same sentence to describe Kofi's current state, so the state where Kofi has a cloth wrapped, right, and you want to describe that state, we would say Kofi frantoma. Kofi frantoma, okay? Kofi frantoma. So right now, as we are speaking, Kofi has a cloth wrapped, and that is what I'm describing. I'm not telling you what Kofi does regularly, okay? If I want to tell you something that Kofi does regularly, then I'll say Kofi frantoma. Kofi frantoma, as against Kofi frantoma. Kofi frantoma.